Okay, welcome. Hello. So I had to change the resolution because YouTube wasn't happy with my 4K stream. Sorry. And so let's share. Let me share. Let me share the new link. And let me share the new link. Okay. So I was right on time, but it was just a. So let me share. Let me share this very quickly here. 3D modeling in Blender. Okay, let me get the hashtags. So welcome to the live stream. Today is Tuesday. So I'm going to keep working on this wing with feathers. I was just correcting some details right there before copying this object to make all the other feathers. So let's have a look here. We're almost good. Okay, so I need to make this a bit smaller. Make it here. And also let's move it up. Okay, and then I will take a couple of seconds to share a stream because it's a new link. And we'll be all set. Today I will be here like 1 hour or something. Is that good? Not yet, not yet. On this and that to finish at the same spot. Okay, so this. This is not good yet. Almost there. So show me. And also let's remove this, delete. So you have the screencast. Let's go to general view. Almost all right. Okay, so I was sharing the new link here on Twitter. Okay, this is good. Now let's erase this one. Let's go to YouTube. So who's here today? Welcome, welcome. And okay, perfect. Perfect. So welcome to the chat also. Just got to be a subscriber to use the chat. But I guess most of the people following my live streams are followers, subscribers, members, friends. So it's live now here. Let's go to Instagram. Instagram, please. Where are you? Okay, so I'm about to keep starting here. Well, anyway, people are going to find the stream on YouTube because it's live. So there shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So welcome to the live stream today, 3D jewelry modeling. We're live. And welcome. Okay, so I'm making this wing, gold wing. It's going to be an earring. And this is something we already started yesterday. during the live stream in French, and let me just adapt details. So any questions are welcome in the chat. Okay, so what we have is that I need this to be a bit more symmetrical. Okay, this is pretty good, but I need to rotate a bit like this. And okay, this is almost perfect. We only have the last two elements. This one. Okay, so this is a feather 0.001. I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to hide the original because this is hollow. Let me show you that this is a hollow element. It's very small, so there's no much space for it to be hollow, but it's all right. Okay, so this one is going to become a mesh like this, and we're going to use it all over the place. I am going to make some height variations. I need the feathers to touch each other mostly, because this is going to be 3D printed, so I need a solid structure. And so these are going to be earrings. You know that most of the time I make rings, but we are making earrings this time. So the final orientation won't be this one, and I will be adding some gemstones. All right, so there's still some things to be completed here. Okay, this one's going to go higher. This is pretty nice. And we have two ranges of feathers. Yesterday we made the large feather, the long feathers were done yesterday, also live. And here, this is pretty nice. And the reference picture is from a sculpture. It's not from a jewel. So basically I am making an earring based on a sculpture. Okay, so that's always very interesting to change the type of art. So this is a sculpture, and now it's going to be an earring. Okay, here I need to adapt some distances. Otherwise, pretty nice. So now, getting to the edge right here, this is a problem, but because this one, okay, let's make it, I need it to be lower, and I need it to be less wide. So I need to rotate it to adapt this position. Okay, so this feather is going to come there. So now let me adapt the other feathers to this new rotation, and I am going to, because there's a second range, the one that gets to this decorative element. So let's see how we connect the second range. I think it's going to come on top of this one. Okay, this is not too bad. I'm going to hide this for a second. And let me that there. So people following the stream, tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're doing today. How's your day? I hope everybody's doing fine. So today we're going to complete these earrings here. Okay, this is pretty nice, but this is too low. Side view, let's move up, up, up. So don't forget to rearrange in every direction. And also now the feathers are not really touching each other, so that's something I need to do using the second range, the connecting range, and I think these feathers are going to come on top of these. So here there's this shape, guiding the distribution of the feathers here. This is pretty good. Okay, a lot better. Now here, let me see if I can be here, right there. That's not bad, that's not bad at all. And here. So jewels must be good looking from the bottom also, because by example, this is going to be an earring. So the front view is very important, but the back side must also be very good looking, because if you're going to design some earrings, the back of the earrings are always visible. Sooner or later, somebody is going to have a look at the back of the earrings, because life happens and people are using their earrings anywhere, anyhow. So the back view is very important. So that's what I was checking. And don't forget that the weight is very important, very, very important. Remember that 1 gram of gold costs $50, more or less. Obviously, it changes every day, but 1 gram. Hi, and welcome to Umar. Welcome, Umar. So the weight of jewels is one of the most basic concern of clients, designers, and jewelers, right, and manufacturers. So if we can get half a gram or 1 gram less in a design in gold, it is very important. Sometimes it doesn't matter that much, but well, like I was saying, I need to be working so that the back also looks good. So now I need the second range of feathers. This one, these I'm going to rotate. Right, let's have a look at local view, item. So let's put it like this. And side view, I'm going to rotate it this, and this should be enough. No, that's not enough. Okay, we need this to be on top. Okay, so let's have a look. So first I'm going to reaccommodate this, change the proportion. This should be pretty nice. Okay, and this can be a bit lower. All right. Okay, so 3D modeling in Blender. And this one, okay, so this is going to be the progression here. Now, let me see, let's use, in edit mode, I'm going to use the proportional editing. And let me make, okay, and I'm going to adapt a bit the shape there. So we have constant contact. This part of the earring I'm going to close completely, okay? And so sometimes I will have to adapt the shape slightly in edit mode. Like here. So I'm going to follow the shape of this half circle there. Okay, and adapt these shapes with proportional editing, and it's going to look very nice. Then obviously I'm going to adapt position of that element and we'll be fine. Then I will be completing the earring and bringing some gemstones. So it's going to get more interesting the further I complete this design. And also I will be making some rendering because I want to complete this design today during this live stream. Okay, so here the proportional editing is turned on there, and I'm going to complete this second range that is on top of the first range of feathers there. And I need to keep contact between all the feathers. Okay, here there's something I need to check. Okay, here. Let's adapt this. This is nice. And one last feather right there. And obviously this one is too wide. Let's make it SY. This is pretty good. And low. Okay. But now there's something I need to adapt. This feather needs to touch. I can't have this space here. That's very bad. Very bad. It's not good. Okay, so let's grab this. Let's grab it from the tip. And let me do the circle. Bigger. So don't forget that I have the proportional editing turned on. Nice. Thanks. Yes, matrix is used by many people around. Okay, so hello Pakistan. I really like that I really have people from almost every country in the world following my channel around the world. Okay, so answering some chat. Okay, and now I still have the space there. What I'm going to do is adapt this ending right there. I need to adjust it to my needs right there. This is good. This is starting to be very interesting. Okay, I have this element. Where's the element? There. Okay, this is, I'm going to change the name of this. Okay, great. And then obviously this element must be on top of. Now also something, I think I need to check the normal face orientation. Yeah, you see it's black. Let's go to edit mode, select everything, switch direction, and I'm sorry. Let me check. Okay, it's based on the profile. This profile needs to be switched. Okay. So sometimes when you do curve beveling, the profile is in the wrong orientation. And it's very important to check the face orientation. Basically, you're going to see that an object is darker than the others. In Blender, it's very slight, very hard to detect that the normals are not in a proper orientation. Like this element was darker, you could see that earlier. What I went and did, I switched the direction of the beveling curve, of the profile curve, was in the wrong orientation. Okay, so that can be done on the sweeping curves, but you need to be well aware that the normals might have a different orientation. All right. Okay, let's keep completing this second row of feathers. Don't forget to check the back, but the back is, yeah, it's going to be nice looking. All right, let's keep working on this. So from time to time, I go to edit mode with the proportional editing. Okay, and I adjust slightly the shape and position of the ending of the feather. Need to rotate it also right there. Okay, nice. So this is Shift D. It's not really a copy paste here, it's a duplicate only. And let me see. This needs to be adapted right there. Looking pretty good so far. But let me see. Okay, so here what I might do is that this element, let me bring it higher. So the feather, I need to adapt feather height right there. Something like this. Okay, this is pretty nice because I need to be able to move this element higher. But first, I'm going to lower it a lot like this so I can see the proper progression of the feathers of the ending. And like there, exactly what I want to see. I need to adapt the ending of this feather. So proportional editing, and I can do a rotation and a move. Let's move it there. Now let's make the circle of the proportional editing smaller, and I can keep adjusting the shape of the ending of this feather right there, because I'm following the half circle. Okay, so here I need to select with transparency, otherwise the back wasn't moving. You must be very aware if you have the transparency turned on or not, because sometimes you need to select through and through. Okay, something like this. Now I need to do the same on the other side and complete the design. So here, no, just need one vertex to adapt the shape there. So like I said, it's better to select with transparency turned on. That's why I'm very often using the Alt Z, the Z key, the Alt Z to turn on the transparency. Okay, so I'm always going back and forth I need the solid view to have a proper view of the object, the jewel, but then I need transparency to select the entire top and bottom. So very often you need to be switching between solid view and X-ray mode. That's how the transparency is called in Blender, the X-rays. Actually, you can turn it on up here. It's this icon. Here you can see toggle X-ray, and you can see the shortcut is Alt-Z. So many shortcuts. The more shortcuts you know in Blender, the better for you. That's something many people know about Blender, is that it's very much, well, basically all the 3D softwares are very shortcut oriented. So one of the biggest part of learning a 3D software like Blender, like really any software almost, but well, honestly, 3D modeling is very much shortcut oriented. Okay. All right, I got a lot of work here. Nice. This is the client writing some requests. Okay, and I need to adjust the shape right there. Okay, yes, I was talking about the shortcuts is something very important in any 3D software. So Blender in that aspect is not better or worse, and actually they have decided to make the shortcuts very easy to configure. And so some people that know the shortcuts, like in Maya or in 3ds Max or other softwares, they can use the same shortcuts that they use in any other 3D software or any other software. And too many people don't know that. So people know that Blender uses a lot of shortcuts, but like I was saying, all the 3D modeling softwares, or 3D softwares for that matter, use a lot of shortcuts. So one of the first thing you want to do when you're learning a 3D software is to learn the shortcuts. And that's very easy because mostly they're written, any icon or text or option or properties, they get the shortcut showing up somewhere near that option or function or icon or something like that. Okay, so here I need to adapt the shape slightly. This is the ending feather. Okay, so this, okay, perfect. This is great. Now I just need to make it a bit higher, this, and I need to see if it works pretty well. Okay, it works pretty well. What I'm going to do with these feathers is that I'm going to lower the ending like this. So very important here, I have the proportional editing. So what it does is that when you're editing a mesh with proportional editing, it's going to work on the inside of this circle, and that's proportional editing to affect a bigger zone than just one vertex. Okay. Yes, of course. So basically I have almost well, I don't know how many tutorials I've made so far. People that are new to the channel, just go check my channel. You're going to find 2 playlists, starting from the basics. Well, starting from the basics, and specifically for jewelry design in Blender. So if you don't know Blender at all, you can follow my playlists, and you will be able to get to learn Blender more specifically for jewelry modeling and rendering, but also for 3D modeling in general. Okay, this looks great. I need to adapt a few things. So like I said, this element goes higher. So here what I can change is that these are curves, so I can change this. Needs to be on top of okay, well, welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. About the sports ring, playlists using Blender basics. Okay, so welcome to the. So I'm just answering the chat. I have two questions there. Okay, I have two playlists using Blender for basic or 3D jewelry design right there. Okay, about the sport championship ring. It's something that I can't show on the channel because it's too, well, basically it's too commercially oriented. So the problem there is that there are a couple of designs that I won't be showing on the channel because many reasons that I won't be explaining. I will do that maybe next year, but not this year. It's very much probable that I won't be doing Cuban chains or sports ring. And there's not really a good reason for that, for not doing it. But I have many reasons not to do it. So I will be doing it, but not now. That's the answer. That's the complete answer to that. I will be doing sports ring, but not yet. And also, very probably, I will be doing that for members or something like that. So obviously, it's not because I can't do that. I've been doing a lot of okay, so let me show if I can find one that I've done in Blender. This year, I think I've done one. I'm just searching for a sports ring done in Blender so people know what we're talking about. Are we talking about? Have I done one this year? Well, not yet. Okay, so the other classic, this is a classic, this is a name ring. These are very classical jewels. I don't like doing these at all. They pay very well, but I don't like making them. Where is the sports ring? There was one. I think this year we did one in Black. Is it? Is it? It's funny. Okay, no, it's not here. So it was the end of last year. Where are you? Okay, maybe here. I think. Where is that sports ring? I can't find one for now. So let's go to the channel. Let me go to the channel for a second in the publications because I need to show what a sports ring is. Where are you, sport ring? Not this one, not this one, not this one. These are zodiacal rings, but that's not what we're talking about. This is just a gemstone ring. This is me with a Santa Claus beard. This is a very famous ring. Where's the sport ring made in Blender? Sport ring, where are you? Basically, I do a lot of sports ring each month, but here we are. This is a sport ring. Some have gemstones, some have logos, some have names and dates. Okay, so this is a sports ring. And this one is done in Blender. So I do a lot of sports ring. And this year I won't be doing it most likely. We'll see. Depends on you, subscribers and followers. But just for now, it's not worth it. Okay, let's keep working on this earring. Okay, so here now I need to have a look at the back. So I'm going to work on the back side. I need to adjust the depth. This is going a bit too far, or I wanted to follow that line. Okay, so let me adjust the height of the back with a pretty smaller circle here. This is pretty nice. Did I affect the front view? No, I didn't. Okay, so this is the back. I must adjust these small details now. So that, okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But now, let me take the entire line here. Like this. No, but actually that's, yeah. So thanks for understanding. I mean, it's now. Maybe one day I will do it or some adaptation of it. Actually, it goes with exactly the same question and problem concerning the Cuban chains. Because every week there's somebody asking me for a Cuban chain design. And actually, I'm going to show something that is not a secret. Let's go to YouTube because it's pretty interesting to make this. So it's for answering the question about making tutorials about sports rings. It's exactly the same problem about the Cuban chains. So let's go and let's do a 3D Cuban chain. 3D Cuban chain jewelry, 3D Cuban chain in Blender, by example. Okay, so you are going to find tutorials. I know them almost, yeah, you know, almost all of these tutorials, I've watched them, and they're all wrong. They're good. They're going to make it look pretty, but they're all wrong. All these tutorials, they're wrong. And it's no coincidence. I think that in fact, nobody wants to really show how to properly make. So they look good, don't get me wrong. It's not about that. So you can understand how to make a Cuban chain. But if you manufacture it, it won't work well. I know because it's it is an international problem. Many people say that Cuban chain shouldn't be manufactured in 3D because it doesn't properly work. So in fact, nobody wants to show how it's properly done in 3D and I won't be the exception, because I'm already the exception in many aspects, but there are some aspects that, well, I can't talk about yet because of, well, commercial reasons. Because exactly, there's not many people that really know how to model a proper 3D Cuban chain. And it goes exactly the same about 3D sports ring, sport ring. Actually, the funny part is that you won't even find, yeah, maybe this very famous signet ring. This tutorial should put you on the right track. But actually, if you look for a tutorial about the sport ring, you won't find any tutorial, and that's, well, it's a bit better than the Cuban chain tutorial, because in fact the Cuban chain tutorial, they're not explaining correctly how to do it. So it's just a funny part of the problem. So maybe just the signet ring that I tutorial might help you. And I think on my channel, but wait, because on my channel, now let's go to my channel. I've made a video. Uh, let me see if I can find. I can find. Oh, this part I shouldn't be showing. Where could I show my videos? Yeah, to my channel. This part of the channel, my channel here. Videos right there. Okay, so a long time ago, I did a tutorial about the basics of a sports ring in Blender, I think. But okay, so let's find. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, it's this. It's in two parts. This one and that one. It's going to explain to you pretty much the basics. So see, I'm not. I am pretty much the exception, because this one is about, well, making the letters and the body of the ring in the beginning. These are all tutorials, so it means that they are. Yeah, this one might guide you pretty well for the basics of the sport ring. All right. But well, anyway, I explain. I almost always explain more when I get questions. Some people don't like that. Some other people love that because they get the full explanation. Like I was explaining, there's, well, basically, yes, an economical problem, a professional problem, or a commercial problem, because there are not a lot of people around the world that properly know how to model these type of rings or these type of jewels. We are not willing to share these secrets. It's basically that, because it's true, there are some secrets about making these sports rings, and yes, we are making a lot of money modeling that. So, well, maybe for me, yes, maybe I could start explaining how they're done, because I have a lot of work. So, all right. So you have the full surrounding explanation, and we are basically sometimes we are limited because of professional secrets or protection about some techniques. All right, so let's back to 3D modeling. So here I need to fill in the gaps now, because I think the rest is pretty good. I have a nice back view. Okay, here I could do something. and I'm going to do something. I need a small curve going from here to there to make the back view cleaner. Okay, so let's bring this there, and I'm going to make the design, and that's very important because these are earrings, and the back of the jewel is always more important than you might think. Now this gotta be 85. So yes, it is a real concern. It's not just because I'm here like wasting time. I'm really modeling these earrings for manufacturing. Even if this one is something that was not requested, but people know that on my channel, I always model the jewels for 3D printing and for manufacturing. So the thickness, the sizes, all the details are completed to and taken care of for manufacturing reasons and manufacturing accuracy. It's not just a random modeling. And this is what makes the big difference. It's not the same to work on something for 3D printing or something for jewelry manufacturing than modeling for, let's say, a video game. The assets don't have the same issues. So when you need to manufacture something using 3D printing and manufacturing it in gold, like it was explaining earlier, we need the weight to be specifically, yeah, you need a specific care of the weight, okay? And so these are very specific issues that we have, and that's why we are specially trained and we have special, well, experiences. So like many followers know, I was a teacher for, well, I'm still a teacher basically, but now I only teach private classes, online private classes using Blender. Okay, back view here. Is the screencast turned on? Now it's turned on. Okay, thank you. And okay. So I'm a former teacher. I've taught jewelry, jewelry making, jewelry design, technical drawing for years, for half of my life. And like I said, I retired slightly from that. Now I work at home and I don't teach, but private classes. Okay, this needs to be higher. Item, where are you, item? Okay, here the center. Let me put it to the geometry, center to geometry. Okay, this is pretty good. Let's go at 135, I guess. Okay, let's keep adapting this. So this is the back. It's a detail, but this is very specific to a jewelry concern. So the weight, the back of the design must also look good. And all that must be taken care of. And that's why also artificial intelligence won't really be changing our business, because these designs are very, very precise. So it's not just for the looks, it's really for the precision of the jewel and the manufacturing of the jewel. Okay, this starts to be pretty nice. Maybe I could close. I'm going to move it slightly here. And there. Okay, so adapting details. You must love taking care of the details. It's something very specific. Okay, there, that's pretty nice. Now I have some holes that needs to be filled, these ones, and I'm going to use the back to do that also. So I'm going to copy this vertex and I'm going to use the same beveled curve to close these gaps, because they don't look good basically this time, and also because on most jewels you don't want any gaps. It's bad for the manufacturing process. Okay, so let me fill these gaps here and there, obviously without affecting the front view. That would be better. Or affecting the front view, but taking care of the detail also on the front view. Okay, so this gap is now filled. That's good. And I still have a couple of gaps to fill. So what I do is I copy the vertex and then I make an extrusion. And it comes out with the same thickness than the other parts of the curve. Okay, so that's this part. Maybe in some parts I will have to make this like that to make it double, because some of the gaps are larger than others. Okay, that's this part. Let me see where. Okay, it's that part. So it means that this point there can be higher to really fill the space there. So I'm filling this space here. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm filling the gap, but I also need to make it in a pretty way. Okay, so I'm using these curves on the back, and so I need to adjust the orientation. So by example, you can see that curve has a lot of tilt here, but this helps me filling the space right there, the hollow space, and it looks nice also. So let's keep working on that. So here I also have to work on this. And obviously I can also change the radius and make it thicker if necessary. And well, that's why Blender is very good at, by example, Blender is really very good at 3D modeling. The flow of the functions and all the very important functions for 3D modeling are very well implemented in Blender. It's a very powerful software for modeling. So I really enjoy making jewelry designs in Blender. All right, so I have another gap right there. This one is already small enough. Local view. here I need to adapt. I need to adapt this, and I need to adapt the tilt. That's the rotation on the curve. Okay, back view. And I'm here filling the gaps. Okay. Now this is great. Now let's have a look. A look on the front view. That's the element right there. It fits perfectly. That's great. So front view, I still have, okay, and there it's not good at all. What's this point? Okay, so this point there is too big. Okay, it was coming out. Let's go at 0.7 maybe. We should be pretty good. Now you can see still, you can see this part of the element standing out, and that's not good. I need it to be like this. Okay, great. I think there are no more gaps, but let me double check that. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This is great. This is great. So the modeling is complete. Let's say on this side, still need to adjust this and that. All right, the back looks good. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to close the side here. I'm going to close this part. That's very important. Well, this is more for my taste. I prefer to have this part closed if possible. I need to see if I can close this side. So this is going to be an automatic like this. So let me see if I can make a small border here. Okay, what I don't like is that it's blocking the hollow elements, and that's not nice. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to transform this into a vector element. Okay, so here, L, V, vector. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to follow the border of the feathers more exactly. Obviously it's more work, but it's going to look much better. Okay, let me come here basically. All right, so we're going to create a small wall following the feathers using the vector curve. So let me see about the thickness also, because you can see we have an uneven thickness because of the vector. I need to see if I can correct that. Yeah, when the vector is long enough, it's not an issue. So doesn't matter that much. Okay, nice. The extension there, that's pretty good. What I want to see also if these be, yeah, yeah, bit higher. Perfect. Back view, we have this. Now here, let me come here and let me lower this on the inside of the metal so it goes away perfectly clean like this. And there's just a corner here. Okay, so this corner, I don't like this corner, this one either. Lower this. All right. This is pretty nice. What about this friend here? Let me lower it as much as possible. Let me adapt the curve there. Because I don't want any sharp corner on an earring. I want some nice curves here and there. Okay. Really nice. But now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring a gemstone. So the gemstone I'm going to append from one of my libraries called Gemstones, the Ultimate Collection. You can find it on the Blender market. It's one of the best ways to support my channel, support my work, and support Blender, because percent of the sales go to the Blender funding. Thanks to Blender market. All right, let's bring a ruby gemstone here. So now the gemstone, I want it at 3 millimeters like this. Let me adapt the proportion. Let's go to materials. I'm going to change the viewport display color. This is going to be a red gemstone, a ruby right there. So what I'm going to do is, now that, I don't know, wait a second. There was something here I needed to complete right there. Okay, just the ending on this side. And this is all I need to complete. Okay, I think this is almost perfect. Let me see. Okay, nice. The view, it's a bit too wide. That's pretty good. Now, what's this element? All right, let me adapt the ending right there. Let me take, oh, wait a second. I need this to be further out. There, that's perfect. Okay, so I was saying the modeling is done. So I'm going to select, if possible, only the mesh. Okay, this. I'm going to copy it. Let me see if it's complete. Yes. So now everything is going to be transformed into a mesh, and it's going to be joined with Control J. So this is one only object. So this is earring. So this is feathers, earring, feathers, earring, double R, yeah, earring. Okay, so feathers, earring, one. And let me go to edit mode here. Let me adapt this part right there. Let's erase it. All right. Don't forget any vertex there to make it very clean. Now here I'm going to make a edge loop selection. I'm going to extrude it a couple of times just to make the smooth ending. This should be good enough. Let's go to solid view. I think it's pretty nice. Okay, so a detail there. So this is the earring. And so what I'm going to do here, very important, organize your work. This is one collection. And now I'm going to create a collection for these earrings. So earrings, this object, which is one of the complete earrings, is going to go to the other collection, and the gemstone also is going to go to the other collection. Now I can hide the development curves and meshes and all of that. I can hide that collection and I can work on this. So this is a 3mm ruby gemstone, and compared to the earring, it's pretty big. So the earring is too small. So let me make it not that big. Okay, first let's do a Control A, apply the rotation was okay, apply the scale. Thank you. So I'm going to make the earring 1.5 times bigger, I think. And what I want is have a look at what happens. Okay, this is perfect. I want the earrings to have another orientation. That's a very pretty earring. Really, really interesting. But we need some gemstones, and I want some gemstones to hang here and there. So what I'm going to do is, I think I want 3 right there. And I'm going to bring another shape for gemstone. So I need the gemstone collection. And I'm going to bring another shape, the almond shape, which is the Marquise cut, Marquise shape. There it is. I'm going to make it bigger, and I want it right down here. Yes, sir. So the size is going to be about 4/8. 4/8 or 4/6. 7, 8, 4/8. Now, and that one's going to be an amethyst. So I'm going to append the amethyst material. I'm going to take it from my library here, and or a sapphire. So I'm going to take a sapphire, and it's going to be wait, sapphire. No, wait, yeah, I'm going to use colored sapphires. So this one is going to be an orange sapphire, I guess. It's going to be amazing like that. So this is the sapphire, but I'm going to make it orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, no, wait. I know what I'm going to do. This is going to be a red ruby. Red ruby, yeah, obviously red ruby, thanks. But here we are going to have colored sapphires, and I'm going to make a color variation, and this one's going to be a yellow sapphire. Okay, so this one is going to be slightly more yellow. We're going to have a strong orange sapphire and then a very light yellow sapphire at the end right there. So we have some fire looking gemstones on the side, well, hanging from the earring right there. So yellow, light yellow. Okay, so these are going to be stronger orange, and this one even stronger there. Okay, so this is just for the viewport color, and don't confuse the viewport display color with the shader color, right? This is just for the viewport. Here it's in material properties and in viewport display. All right, so now I need some settings and I need some loops. So Taurus, let's make it 1, 2. So it's going to be, so these are radiuses. Let's go at 125 and 0.3. 0.35. This is better, and 1.1. This is going to be 60, 30, 30, 30. It's going to be good enough, and this is going to be gold. Right there, and this is where the gemstone is going to hang, and obviously we need a gemstone setting. Now, shade smooth right there, and I'm going to make, okay, so it's going to hang from here, from this, from the tip of this feather. Here I can, let me copy this, because this one I'm going to adapt the shape very slightly there. Okay, that's better. Now this one goes at 90 degrees on X. Let's copy the position of the X coordinate right there and right there. And now I need this placement, and okay, that placement is good. So let me adapt the position so it can really hang without any problem. And this can be smaller. All right. Here. Okay, here on the inside, that's pretty interesting. Actually, I need to clean this. So let me remove this part. I don't need it. Wait, this is one level too much. So let's remove this. Here and there. That's correct. That's correct. And don't forget to close the faces. Okay. This is adapted to hang. Okay, wait a second. What's this? L. There's an element right there. Okay. Control I, hide. This element there goes too high. This is a correction. Sometimes you need to correct some things. And that's where I say that the mesh editing in Blender has become a lot better than what it used to be. And we don't have it has become fast enough to be good enough now. Oh, and don't forget to close this. Okay, I'll wait a second, I need to move it further away. Great. Hit edit mode. We're good. Just coming out there. This can be smaller without any problem. Correcting the details. Right there, right there, right there. Great. Top view. Now let's make a proper gemstone setting right there. So let me select this element. That's the shape of the stone. Shift D, Enter P. Extract the selection. Now I have the border. So this is the border of the gemstone. Edit mode. Select everything SZ0 to level everybody like this. Now let me model the bevel. So it's going to be a bezel setting. I always forget that in English. It's bezel. The bezel setting. All right. FY. Adapt the proportion accordingly. Right there. and it needs to protect the stone. So let me, and also it needs to be pretty. So let's do it like this. It needs to be in gold, obviously. There and here. Now I'm going to select, well, wait a second. Here I need to do another extrusion there. Scale it. Okay, this is pretty nice. And now, wait, I need to select the inside there. The selecting tools in Blender, I just love them. You have the circle selector and the box selector. They're very easy to use. And now let's make an edge breach edge loops, and we have a bezel. So this needs to be gold. Okay, and that's the setting for the gemstone. That's great, actually. Auto smooth right here. That's pretty nice. Okay, so that's... Now let me check the thickness. So let's bring a mesh. Let's bring a cube right here. I have 1. So what I can do is that the outside here, I can make the bevel thicker because it's a big, too big. I don't like it that big. Okay. So here we are. This is great. Now let's make it smaller. It's more classy. Obviously, it can't be too thin because otherwise we can't set the gemstone properly. And let's make it higher than the loop. This is great. Now we have a proper thickness. I like this orientation. Okay, so these are earrings, and okay, let me correct this right there. I don't like it. Alt H, Alt A. Okay, here, let me take this element. Control I, H. Now, I have this issue right here. That's the ending of... Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I need to select this, Control W right there. Now, I need to close this. And I need to do the same. Okay, perfect. I'm going to close this and the back view. Okay, let's extrude this a couple of times. Let's make it smaller. I'm going to correct this ending right there. So I'm just cleaning the mesh. Some endings were not that clean, so I'm making this ending smoother. And I have the same issue right there on this side. Thankfully, these are loops, so I can select the loops right there, close them, and extrude them quite easily. I thought it was going to be more of an issue, but lucky me today. Okay, I just got a message from a client, so let me answer. Give me a second right here, because this one I do need to answer. Ah, okay. Great. Perfect. Sorry there. Sometimes I need to answer to my clients. We all do. Because yes, I do a lot of commission works. All right, so this was a detail. So I was saying this is an earring, and what I'm going to do is that, well, anyway, I'm going to remesh this earring smooth, and let's go at 0.5 or 0.3. Generally, I'd go at 0.03 for the voxel remeshing. Yes or no? No, no remeshing. This guy. What I need is just... Okay, let me try another type of reparation. Subview. So what we have is that from there, all this ending is dirty. Too much overlapping. Let's remove this. Now, I'm going to select this. Okay, Alt H anyway, everybody's going to come back. Funny thing. All right, so Alt L. This element needs to go away, and I'm going to make a cleaner ending using this loop right there. So I'm going to extrude. So I won't have to remesh my earring. I will have to decimate the earring, that's for sure. And then I'm going to bring the earring posts and butterfly. Okay, there. Here I'm going to start turning. I need to turn around here. Not that much, that's too much. Okay. Let's bring it. Okay, this is good. So the earring starts. That's that side of the earring. Okay, this is this side. Okay, pretty nice. I'm just cleaning one of the endings. It's dirty there. So let's see if I can make it cleaner. Yeah, it's working. So from here, I'm going to close. And I'm going to start making a couple of extrusions, just like this. And one more. So this is just to have a smoother ending here. This is good. No, because I have a very structured mesh. So the thing is, if you look at the structure of this object, I have separated meshes. This is one mesh, this is another mesh, this is another mesh. If you use sculpting to correct that, you start destroying the structure of the other meshes, and that's not good for your meshes, basically. So now it would mostly be very destructive to use the sculpting to correct this. Okay, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this. Now the cursor is there. I'm going to use proportional editing to complete the overlap there, like here. This should be pretty nice. Let me adapt the shape. Okay, so here it should be complete. Yes. Okay. This is clean. And if I don't like, I have one corner too much because this is a loop. So I can make a loop cut right there. Like this. And let's make it rounded there. And also here. And also there. So in sculpt mode, that would be very destructive and it wouldn't be as clean as this. That's the advantage of mesh modeling, is that you have very, very, very precise structure, and that's what we need, precision in jewelry. And this is not exactly this is not an organic model. You're right, in an organic model, it would be very much a better idea to use the sculpt tool. I use a lot of sculpting, but not today, not in this model. Okay, so now here I need small loops, rotation 90 degrees here. All right, and I want them to be here. Okay, nice. Now I need, this is a 3, so these are too big, honestly. Let's go at 2 for these. That's nicer. And let's make them closer on the inside there, just right here. Top view. Now I need a bezel setting for this, but let me create, well, I'm going to make a prong setting. It's a bit classier. Let's bring a sphere. Anywhere, where are you, sphere? So this is going to be at 0.7, at 0.75. Let's go here. Gold, let's go at gold. Gold me this. Shade smooth. Let's make a prong setting with 4 prongs down there. Now, let's make a mirror based on the gemstone X and Y here, like this. Now I need a loop centered to the gemstone, like this. Let me see, how long have we been? All right, 1.5. This is great. Okay, so this is the base. Let's make it a bit bigger here, slightly bigger, and then let's copy it on the z-axis and make the belt. Now what I'm going to do here is that let's Boolean difference from the gemstone. So we got this. Let's make it a mesh and let's make it a bit bigger like this so it doesn't touch the gemstone. Okay. Now let me have a look at the fact that this is too short. These guys are too short. Okay, let's make it like this. And I could maybe, but this is a straight setting. Boom, this is perfect. So this is mesh, mesh, mesh. Let's make this one object. Control J. This is a prong setting. A straight prong setting. All right. Now let me copy the z-axis of, so let's make this one object, Control J. Let's bring this right there, and let's see the height. Yeah, that's pretty good. Goes at this level. This is a perfect 4-prong setting for a gemstone. Now, let's erase these guys, and let's take this, oh sorry. Let's take these guys, and let's put them around here. We could adapt the position there. We still have this, okay. This is pretty neat. Nice spacing and placement there. And this works perfectly. Now, this is a lighter orange sapphire. This one and the other one. Okay, now let me append. I'm going to append the earring system. So this is an earring. I have some earring systems. Okay, this one, object. Okay, maybe let me import a collection, the earring post. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, so this is great, just that this is going to go outside there. Okay, so now I have these elements. Okay, so I don't need this, and I need one of these. Okay, I'm going to use the prettiest one, and that's this one. This is going to be gold. And this is going to be gold, yellow gold, not white gold today. And let me decimate. This element is way too heavy. Almost 4 millions. That's crazy. Let's go 0.1. That's going to take a couple of seconds. Okay, nice. Because we have 4 million faces, face count, 3,941 and 160 faces. That's way too much for one object like that. Okay, so for the chat to know, not for this model, I have nice meshes, and sculpting would be very destructive. Great. So when you're decimating some million faces, you need to be a bit patient. Also depends on your CPU. My CPU is pretty old now, has like 5 years, and is still one of the best CPUs for this category of CPU, because it uses all the ranges of the PCI Express lanes for the GPUs. That's why my CPU is still really good. But very soon I have to, well, I don't know when, someday I will have to update my CPU. Okay, where are we now? Great, so just a bit more patience. I'm decimating this decorated post. earring post that comes from one of my libraries. You can also find it on the Blender market. And almost done there. Da, 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 da. It's always good to sing while the computer is calculating stuff. Most people are not used to be patient. Honestly, you need to be patient. So this is one of the not so many processes that are a bit slow. Okay, we are decimating. Okay, this is the earring post. So we have a 90 degrees rotation. It's going to go right here at the tip. So that's why I love this orientation, because I can put the earring post right there, and it should be really, really nice. A bit lower on the z-axis. Okay, there. Let's make a face orientation. Okay, this is good. From afar, you can see some red, but that's just because of the distance. Okay, so this is one earring, and we are going to make the render of this. So I need. Let's bring that to that. Now I can remove this. This is the left. This is the left earring. Like the left earring. Now we are going to. All right, what I want to do, let's go to the internet. Let's see if I can find a head, 3D head. Okay, let's see if I can download a very simple. Yeah, I think but this one is not free. I want a free head. This one is free and it's female. All right, I'm going to take this head and let's download it. But do I have... I don't remember if I have... Okay, great. So let's use this model because I'm going to make the render now. Let's start the render process. Okay, great. So I have the zip. So it's an object. Let me extract the object here. Okay, great. Now I'm going to import the object. So I went to the internet because we all love the internet. And it's an object. So let's import an object format. Let's go and find the file. Where is that file? Here. And this is the female head. There, right there. Okay, perfect. So I just need to see the ear. Okay. So I want basically something like that. It's got to be bigger because I'm going to put the earring to the ear right here. That's a lot of fun. Okay. All right, this might be pretty good. Let's move it a bit better position right there. I need to see if I can make it fit to my design. That would be this. That's not too bad. It's just for a very nice... Okay, and like this, I only need this earring. Okay, so let me see if I have the camera and all of that right there. Let's bring a new collection. Let's call it the set camera set. Basically, it's just the camera. I'm going to put it there. This was the modeling process here. And we got the camera. So now let's see if I can find an angle like here. Okay, now the camera a bit further away. Okay, we need more clip and like this. Now I need to be further away because, yes, I need to be further away. Okay, let's go there, here and there. Okay, this is pretty good. Now let's start. I need an HDR. Well, I already have an HDR. Now let's start checking. So some of the material, well, all the materials I used from, okay, this is funny because it's in white gold, but I don't want white gold. I want, what do I want? I want yellow gold because it's like a fire feather. Now let me see from close here. Okay, this is pretty nice. But let's go and work some details, well, some things on the materials, please. So the gold, the saturation, it's got to be back at 1. So we have yellow gold. This is very pretty. Now something I can see, I don't like the bezel here. That one is too straight. Let's go to edit mode and let's make it, oh wait, let's make another level there. Okay, here we have an issue because, all right, here I don't like the shape for the render, so let me remove and adapt the design right there. So sometimes you do that during the render process because you see things differently, right? So it's something that you need to know. All right, Z, let's make this like that. Somewhere there. And now I need to complete the inside. So don't forget you need this level, and now I'm going to make another level here. And I'm going to make this even smaller, and I'm going to make the edge loops, 3 edge loops right there. So I like the shape better, I guess. And let's see that from the camera view and for the render. Okay, it's better. The other one was too straight, so it was making the look of the bezel much too stiff, you know. I was losing some style right there on the bezel. Now, this sapphire is going to be orange, so let me work on the hues. Come on, sir. Ah, yes, sir. Okay, great. So here we need to change the hue. How much can we change it? Not that much. Why not? Okay, so let's change the colors directly. Let's change the colors. It's based on many colors there. This one's going to be orange. Okay, like that. Okay, is that the camera view? Yes. So I need more saturation. This is, you can really exaggerate the, Okay, here. So I still have one blue somewhere. Where are you, blue? Are we? No, we're not. That's pretty good. Question is, why do I have blue hues in my orange? I don't remember. That's good enough. Now let's go to yellow on this one. Or let's try a brighter orange. Or maybe the other one might be... Okay, so this one... It's pretty good. Why do I still get some blues? That's... Okay, what I can do easier on this one. Let's go at this. This one is going to be redder. So I'm just removing the color variation nodes. So these are very nice sapphires there. Okay. And this friend is going to be light yellow here. Not too greenish. Okay. It's a bit too green. It's a bit too green. So let's go back to this. No, now it's okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, now the head. Let's try to make a very basic skin. So I think I have some skin image around there. Let's make a very basic skin material for fun, because it looks great for now. So obviously it's not going to be this pink. In Blender, when an image is missing, you are going to see that pink. Now, do I have some skin? Yes, I have some skin. Let's try this skin. Obviously, this is not correct. Don't be silly, this is very ugly. Let's go at a box. One. I need some... mapping. Node. Okay, and mapping. Where are you mapping? Mapping. Vector. Okay, let's try. I don't know if it's stylable. If it's stylable, no, it's not. But I have an idea. Let's make it very... Okay, that's pretty good. Could even be a bit smaller to keep the grain. And let's go at some rotation right there. So this is like how to make a... Well, but let me try if I could find a tileable skin. Maybe I have one. Maybe this one is. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, great. This one is tileable. I need to adapt the color. So let's go on HSV node right here. And let's go at something a bit redder. Let's be less saturated, not that less. 0.49, please, there. Now, I need an ambient occlusion node to make the shadows of... Hello, welcome. Hello, how are you, sir? Okay, we need some distance for this. Now, we need some subsurface. So let's go at point... Well, let's go at 1 maybe, and let's go at something pinkish red. something like this, but let's go at 0.5 maybe for the subsurface on skin. So I'm not making the best skin shader right now. I'm just making the fastest skin shader you can make for the looks. And we're going to bring some beveling because okay, some bevel node on the side, bevel here. Here, let's make on the normal. Let's make a 16 sample there, and let's make it quite big. 2 maybe. That's good. Now let's make it slightly metallic, like a mannequin. All right, like this. Let's make the roughness smaller, but not too small. Like this is pretty nice. Specular at 0.5, 0.5, tint at 1. And maybe the roughness even a bit more, 0.6. Let me make maybe the subsurface stronger. Not too red though. It was a bit better earlier. Here. Missing one on the left. Missing what? What am I missing on the left? We'll see. I'm just making one earring there. Okay. And actually, I missed what I'm going to use is an area light. I'm going to bring it here, there, setting 8500, use node 320. Now the size, obviously it's way too strong. Let's make it 20 like this, and maybe we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Maybe like that. Obviously not that strong, so let's go 3. Okay, now let's rotate. Wait, this area light is pretty good, but I need to find nice orientation. What's that? Okay, sorry. So back here, where am I going to put this friend? Back there, I guess. That's pretty nice. Front view. Okay, so I want this there. Okay, now it's a bit too far, I think. I can bring it back here. I want some shadow there. That's pretty good. Now, let's make some bump map on the skin. Very slight. Very slight. Okay. So let's bring this to the normal. Right there. The same skin image. Yes. So let's connect the color to the normal right here. And obviously then you put... I need a bump vector, and it's not a normal image. It's just a height map. Here we have this. Now let me see from closer the skin. Maybe we can make the skin all right. Let's make the skin texture a bit bigger. Yes, let's do it 15. Maybe here. So this is pretty good for now. I think I want another Let's bring another light source, maybe here, and lower and closer. And lower, where is it? There. Up, it's still too far. It's still too far. That's pretty nice. But maybe this light source, let's try some coloring on this light source. All right, interesting. Interesting. Like this, and let's make some coloring also on this one. Let's try the peel and teal. Let's try some blue on this side. Are we that good? Yes. So, well, that's pretty nice for a very quick render scene with a very quick skin texture. And it's pretty nice. We could make maybe the skin a bit darker. Let's try it. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'd like maybe this light to be stronger. Let's try 6. Okay, now it's all about the orientation. Okay. Let's go further away this way. And maybe... Buenas tardes. Hello. Hola. Buenas tardes. Listo. Bienvenido al canal, a la emisión en vivo. Bueno, pues básicamente por hoy terminé, es decir, que justo llegan al final, pero este es el resultado de ayer y de hoy. Hoy terminé el modelado de este arete y traje los materiales. Voy a seguir unos minutitos, ya que hay gente llegando. Ok, perfecto. Porque quiero todavía, por ejemplo, este color lo quiero reforzar. Quiero un poco más saturado y un poco más fuerte. So, today I've completed the modeling of these feather earrings. Oh, great, nice. Yeah, I've been doing this for years now on the channel. So yes, things have gracefully evolved. And it's always very interesting. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to duplicate the earring because this, let's make the entire set. Okay, I'm going to take the earrings. I'm going to take everything here. So thanks for noticing that things have evolved a lot through the years. Okay, this I'm going to copy once like this. I'm going to make it a mesh. I'm going to join it. Control J, and now I can make a scale -1. Can I? Yes, I can. No, so it's not X. Let's make a Control A rotation. Sorry. Who was I? I on the head. Great. Ok, Okay, so minus 1.5. But everything is. So this is going to be one object. Now this is one object. Perfect. Scale minus 1.5. This is the right earring now. Right earring. Perfect. So now let's see if I have the head. Where's the head now? Where's the head then? Here's the head. So I'm going to pose this. Yes, exactly. When you do a scale on negative, it flips. I want this to be on the cheek there, if possible. Or, well, this is just not even necessary. Let me put this there just to have some detail here. And let's see if it works. I mean, let's see if it. Okay, so I think that's pretty nice. The only thing I like to change there. Okay, there you go. Let's go to edit mode. There, Alt H, Alt A. Check that I have no modifiers. Okay, that's great. The only thing I want to change is that this, and that. I want them to rotate to this side. So isometric view. Let's rotate this down. Okay, not that much. Let's go at like 95. 85. Gracias. Bueno, pues los placeres de hacer las cosas en vivo cuando salen bien. Hoy la verdad creo que se hizo algo muy interesante. Y ya estoy básicamente por terminar. Nada más quiero ajustar la orientación de esta piedra para el render. La quiero bajar para que siga más la piel, porque se nota. Okay, minus 12. Okay, so I'm just adapting the position of this gemstone so it looks good on the render. Okay, but let's rotate everybody now there. So that's just to bring some detail, something more of the right earring to the view on. The only thing is that well, technically this is going to be a vertical render. It works pretty well. Okay, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take out. You can take out some objects. I'm going to separate this. And I'm going to make different versions of the render. Meaning that this can go here, this can come. So I'm going to change the origin there, and I'm going to adapt this. It's easier when it's outside there. And I'm going to rotate on the x-axis slightly. Okay, now this is also a pretty nice orientation. So what I might do, I'm going to bring another camera, add camera right there. So camera, that's angle 2. I'm going to change the main camera there, angle 2. So I'm going to take this view, I'm going to make a vertical render, so I'm going to invert the resolution. Right, now this camera is gotta be closer there. I'm going to change the composition here, so maybe the lights will need, but I don't think so. Well, we'll see about the lights. Okay, there. Now let's have a look at the background and the lights from this angle. And this is really just a quick render with a very quick skin texture. And I need some background. Okay, I need to bring the lights. Okay, so what I'm going to change a bit the position of the lights and the rotation. This one, maybe here, there, and that one just a bit higher. No, I'm going to bring this one. Okay, let's rotate this way. So obviously now I need to change the lighting solution, and let's see if I can get to something pretty quickly. Oh, okay, that's almost interesting. But what I'm going to change is that instead of using a realistic color for the head, I'm going to use like a plastic. Okay, and here I'm missing a central light here, like this is pretty nice. I'm going to make this light bigger, much bigger. And okay, I'm going to make this light bigger. So the light size, let's make it 550. Okay, there. Now I need just two things. I need a plane for to make a there. Now this is going to be black, just a straight black. So let's remove. This is there, and I think that's it. That's going to be everything for today. So I'm going to make a 4K render, so 200% here, and well, the things that we can appreciate here is the design of the earrings. And here there's something very weird about what happened to the metallic of these. That's a bug, I guess, because it's exactly the same. Ah, I know what. Here there's a normal, just a detail. Well, the design of the earrings were made yesterday and today, so I completed the design. and I completed the design today and made the render. So the design of the earring is really, it's totally realistic for 3D printing and manufacture. You can see it's hollow. It's going to be gold in real life, all right? So the design of the earring is more important, in fact. Now, normal orientation, face orientation. Okay, this friend, I need to apply the scale, and I need to select everything and make a flip. Inverted traffic light just by accident, because I'm more focusing on the design of the earrings, but thanks. God, thanks. In fact, no, I know it is. No, the red light is at the top and the green light is at the bottom. So I think it's not even inverted as a traffic light. Okay, now you can see that the bugging gemstones there are having a correct refraction and reflections because they had an inverted normal. Okay, now the only thing we could change is that what I could do. Okay, so this is an interesting version. So the material, this is fast skin material. I'm going to make another option, I'm going to make metal head. Because here what I'm going to do is that instead of using the skin color, and what I'm going to do is make it a lot darker, almost no subsurface, but I'm going to make it fully metallic, and I want to see if I can make a reflective. Maybe the subsurface is 0 right away. So now I need to find at what level. Okay, there you go. This is also interesting. Now the background should be darker, even. So this part I want it to be. Okay, let's remove any. Okay, there. Okay, so this is too strong. I need more roughness there, but this is another option. So let's go to 0.4. It's pretty good. And less beveling. There. But yeah, more roughness, I guess. This, like a darker skin with more reflections. So that's better for making the earrings stand out more. That's better for the jewels. Let's see the strength of. Okay, let's lower the specular. Let's don't change anything. I want it maybe darker, so let's go by numbers. Let's go at 0.02. Okay, that's class. And what I need is a darker background. So here I need no specular light on the background, and that's. So obviously with that, yeah, maybe I need this. It's better for the contrast. Let's test a lot more roughness. That's too much. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Okay, so this is another option. Thank a darker fake skin, like a mannequin skin, like this one, and the other, which is the like normal colored skin. Fast skin here. That's the other option. I think I prefer the darker skin, the metal head there, like this. Okay, so now just about the render settings. we're going to change. So this is the set. This is a screenshot right there. Screenshot right now. And render settings. Samples 420, optics, rendering, light path. Let's go at 48. Let's go at 40 for light path. It's better for gemstones. And this is perfect. So it's going to be a 4K render. I love this design. I love the render. Very simple, but very efficient. And this is it. F12. Everybody's happy now. And this is perfect way to end the stream. I hope you enjoyed this stream a lot. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for supporting my work. So you can find most of my assets, well, all my assets on the Blender market. And you can find my work on many social medias. And so like that, people who support my work know that we support Blender, obviously. I support Blender thanks to Blender Market, because percentages, at least 5%, I think it's more in some cases, 5% go to the Blender funding. It's always good to give back. And well, that's it for today. Again, thanks for joining. I will keep making live streams as tutorials this year. This is exactly the plan, because I can make more live streams than tutorials, and we can see that the result, the quality of the result is much higher. All right, it's the quality speaks for itself. This is very interesting, and this is proper jewelry design. This is proper jewelry design for 3D printing and manufacturing. All right, so thanks again. Thanks. Why not? Thanks again. And we'll have more and more fun on the channel. So this is the result of yesterday stream. So this is 5 hours of work. Obviously, I'm slower during the streams, and let's save this like this. Earrings made live. This was made live in 2 live stream sessions in 5 hours, basically in 4 hours maybe. And thanks again to all. Take care and see you soon.